ladies and gentlemen. Uncle Chauncey here with a little bit of information for you on this Halloween fall season. So it came to my attention that there has been a lot of clowns running around lately. No, not those clowns, not those clowns. I mean these clowns. And since everybody's running around acting all scared, I figured I'd do you nerds a frickin' service and tell you how to handle this situation. So without further ado, Uncle Chauncey's Halloween/fall guide is commencing, baby. Number 1, don't ever answer the door for anybody anytime ever. You don't know what kind of corrupt individuals are gonna be showing up your door and trying to manipulate you. So just don't open it. Number 2, get yourself some guns. You might roll over in the middle of the night and see an empty spot where your wife or girlfriend might be. That's because she knows you can't protect her. So you know where she's at? So protect your relationship from clowns, burglars, and me. Get a gun, baby. Seriously, folks, I don't know how many of these clown situations could have been rectified with a little bit of buckshot, you know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, Mr. Clown, you're so scary, but guess what? That's what I call my Colt 45! And don't worry, if there's some people that are pacifists out there, feel free to send your female loved ones to my house. Women over the age of 18 and hot moms only apply. Number 3! When Halloween comes around, make it painfully clear that you're not interested in trick-or-treaters. Now I know there's gonna be a lot of need blobs running around asking for candy, so that's why I open the door only on that night, and I say, the trick is there's no treat, kids, so get lost! Send your mom. Just make it painfully clear that you're not interested, but like I said before, keep your door closed at all times, anytime. I would hate for you to be a victim of kidnapping. Hey, Stephen Nicole Lockhart, how you doing? Keep up the good work on that pomade, or else. Don't worry, Steve and Nicole are doing just fine at my place. And finally, the very last part of my fall guide is something more sinister than Halloween. I know that October is basically known for a satanic holiday or something like that, but there is something more evil, more sinister, and more terrible than Halloween. Wanna know what that is? Pumpkin spice! Now, I don't know why everybody wants to go around smelling like pumpkin spice, but the only pumpkin and spice that I associate with are at the Gentleman's Club, baby! So get rid of those products that make you smell like a 16-year-old teenager and get something that's gonna make you smell like a man. Fire and Brimstone, baby. Heavy and medium. These things right here are gonna make you smell smoky, mysterious, musky, and all in all really good. Smells like me at the end of the night, and who doesn't want to be like Uncle Chauncey? Ditch the pumpkin spice and get something that's gonna make you smell real nice. And let's just say that the women are gonna be treating you real nice too, baby. Take it from Uncle Chauncey!
Thank you, Uncle Chauncey, for that interesting survival guide. Hey guys, it's Brandon, aka the Workman's Pomp, aka Mr. Steal Your Pumpkin Spice, and today I got a, as you probably already know, Lockhart's review for you, and that is Fire and Brimstone Heavy. Now, I don't think I need to explain who Steve and Nicole Lockhart are, other than the fact that they're tied up in Uncle Chauncey's basement, apparently. But they are the brewers of Lockhart's pomade. And they've gotten kind of a pretty good reputation of putting out pretty decent products at affordable prices, as well as some salon products at affordable prices. I'm personally a big fan of their products. Pretty much all of them work really well for me. So I was excited when Steve and Nicole sent me the Fire and Brimstone Heavy and the Fire and Brimstone Medium 2016 edition. The unique characteristics of this is that this is the same Fire and Brimstone that we're used to, the scent-wise, in the medium, except for this is a heavy hold. And they are saying that it's kind of a similar recipe to Goon Grease, but with some different ingredients in there to make it more nourishing to your hair, which I am all for. I like Goon Grease, but I was really excited to try this and see what the difference was. The presentation on this is really awesome. I always have been a fan of the Fire and Brimstone logo, and this just comes off really sharp with the black tin and the sheen on the logo itself. A really beautiful tin, which I'm a sucker for. The ingredients on this are petroleum, microcrystalline wax, beeswax, avocado oil, apricot, kernel oil, shea butter, fragrance, red 17. So Most of the stuff in here is pretty good for your hair, and I like these types of pomades that only have like a handful of ingredients in it. I mean, other than the red 17 in it to make it its red color, there's not too much terrible stuff in there. And I especially like the addition of the avocado oil, apricot, kernel oil, and shea butter into this product itself. Really cool. Scent on this is amazing. It's a smoky, like, the only way I can liken anything to this is it's when you're out camping, which I do a lot in Oregon in the summer, and you are letting the fire die down at the end of the night so you can put it out, and those like smoking embers at the end. It smells almost like that, but this one itself, in comparison to last year's, there's a sweet undertone to it. Now, it's not aggressive. The smoky is definitely the main top note that you smell, but the sweet undertone, I like it a lot. The scoopability on this, and I'll go on this top layer so you can see, you have to put some pressure in it for sure. I'm definitely putting some pressure down on this, but once you break through the top layer, it gets a little bit easier. But let it be known, this is a waxier pomade. The breakdown on it is surprisingly really smooth and easy. You can see it's already gone pretty much, except for this chunk that I didn't mix in right there. So it breaks down really easy, and it has a thick consistency to it. The application itself is nice and smooth. I personally feel that the application on this is smoother than Goon Grease. So pulling out just real quick the actual Goon Grease in this, the main differences, just so you know, are the apricot kernel oil and the shea butter. You're gonna get a little bit of hair coming out. That's just to be expected with a heavier pomade. But this definitely, as I have already said, is more towards the firm aspect of Goon Grease than the heavy hold that you get from Lockhart's Heavy. So if you're not a fan of Lockhart's Heavy, I suggest that you give this stuff a try because it's a little bit lighter than it. Using the Denman to slick it back with the applicator brush. No tug and pull, really. It's nice and smooth. And there's not much more to say than that. This stuff is really easy to work with. Slicked back really easy. So now using the actual comb, you can see that it's slicking back pretty easy right now. No tug and pull, but obviously in these back parts where I've used the applicator brush, there's gonna be a little bit of tension. It's not gonna rip your head off, but there should be a little bit of tension because it's a heavier product. Moving into stylability, considerably easier to style than Goon Grease. And I'm sorry that I keep comparing this to Goon Grease, but that's what Steve and Nicole said that they kind of based this heavy off of. They wanted to make a firmer one that was good on your hair, but had a similar hold and style to Goon Grease. And that's pretty much the only thing I can compare it to. I like it a lot so far. It's styling really well. Let's see if I can get like a good round pomp going with it. And with these heavies, you'll notice that I cake on pomade. If you've been watching my reviews in the past, I have really thick hair, so I cake the pomade on. And this stuff, you don't need a lot of. So only put a few scoops in, and it leaves your hair pretty manageable, pretty easy to work with. And like I said, I'm calling this a firm. It's like right between a firm and a heavy. I feel like it comes off more like a firm, but they tout it as a heavy. So when I say firm, just let it be known that that's my opinion of this product. They're touting it as a heavy. But overall characteristics of it is a lot slicker, a lot more manageable, and a lot easier than Goon Grease. If I had to not compare it to anything, it's a heavier pomade that's on the waxier side, has a good amount of weight, easy to style with, very good hold. The buildup on this is pretty good. I find that it's easier to wash out of your hair and has a cleaner buildup than some of the other waxier products I've used, and I think that that's because of the apricot kernel oil and the shea butter. I really think that that helps. The buildup on this, when you put more pomade in, it leaves you with about a medium hold after one good wash, so it's really easy to add to. I like it a lot. One thing that it does suffer from, that most waxier pomades suffer from, is that you can see there's a little bit of my sides are wanting to pop up. Some of the wax heavier pomades will make little pieces like this want to pop up. But what you can do is get a boar hair brush or the fine part of your comb and just run it through. Personally, I've kind of grown accustomed to that when styling my hair with waxier products. So it's just something that I've grown to expect. But that being said, being a waxier product, it's very smooth, and I like that a lot. Here's a look at the finished product. So my overall thoughts on Fire and Brimstone Heavy: this is a great addition to the Lockhart seasonal line. I'm happy that they put a heavy in. I like the medium a lot, but I was always saying that I wanted a heavy. I'm a big fan of Fire and Brimstone, and I'm a big fan of the Lockharts. And so I think that them taking something familiar like the goon grease recipe and making it slicker and easier and adding the Fire and Brimstone to it is a great idea. I think it turned out really well, and I'm really impressed with it overall. And I hope Uncle Chauncey doesn't hear this, but I almost like this more than goon grease. So my rating on this, I'd give this a 4.6 out of 5. This is an excellent pomade. And the one cool thing that I like that the Lockharts have done is they've taken the Fire and Brimstone Medium and the Fire and Brimstone Heavy, and they've put them in a bundle so you can save on some money. Another great thing about the Lockhart's pomades is that they're all pretty affordable, so you have no excuse not to check this out. And it's obviously the Workman's Pomp approved and Uncle Chauncey approved. So let me know if you guys have tried this, what you think about it, and I hope you guys have a safe and happy Halloween, and I'll be hitting you up with the Fire and Brimstone Medium soon.